After finishing the cabin, we decided to build a workshop. We needed a cover space to help us continue building all the projects that we will build in the next years. We started 4 months ago, with the goal to build a very affordable and well-designed space that could be built just by the two of us, and that it can be moved elsewhere in the future. We started with the groundwork, which we did all by hand. It was hard work, but we saved the cost of renting an excavator. Then we poured our very first concrete slab. It was our first experience with concrete, and as complete beginners we were very scared that day, but overcame our fears and went for it. In the end, it was easier than what we expected. Once the concrete was dry, we started framing the structure, which we completed in 6 working days. Finally, we were able to install the solar panels at their final location, after months sitting on the ground. Having them up high will help them produce more electricity and stay cleaner for a longer time. And in the latest episode, we finished cladding all the exterior, using translucent corrugated panels, since we want this space to also work as a greenhouse, to help us grow food during winter, and to provide plenty of natural light to save on electricity. This week we will complete the exterior of the building. We will also be sharing all the total costs. And finally, after many weeks of working on it behind the scenes, we released the workshop layout and structural kits, so you too can build this workshop. All of this while celebrating that we have reached 100,000 subscribers. All thanks to you. Today we're gonna be trimming the front door and the window. We haven't picked the camera for a couple of days because mainly it's been raining. We bought these pieces of metal that are bent on the sides. So the idea is to put them here like this and attach it to the stud. That way it covers this gap that is between the exterior trim and the main stud. By the way, I think we're gonna use rivets, right, Eugenia?
Yes.
Instead of screws, just because they are smaller and nicer.
¿Se viene una casa ahí?
¿Eh?
¿Se viene?
There is a property for sale here. You guys are interested?
Saw you paint a picture of a face that wasn't even close to mine. I know I shouldn't be in love, but
Now I'm going to paint the edge that Pepe just cut. We believe it's better to leave the cut edge at the bottom, so in case that it rusts, the rust is already at the bottom and it doesn't go from the upside down. And to paint, we of course leave the plastic so it protects the rest and it doesn't stain anything.
wouldn't do the same. I'd give you the world like I promised I would. this conversation more than 10 times. After 9, I still wish you were mine. Haven't ate in 7 days, 'cause I've been up till 6 a.m. 5 songs all just for you. 3 of them I can't bear listening to. Give you the world like I promised I would. Even though you wouldn't do the same. I'd give you the world like I promised I would. Even though you wouldn't do the same. I'd do anything you want me to.
It looks pretty damn good.
Love you.
I'm gonna go bring the actual door. Well, not the door, it's the frame of the door, because we ordered it also at the same time that we ordered the structure. So it was pre-cut and pre-drilled by blocking, as you all know. And it's been waiting there on the other side of the property for a while now, because we wanted to install the door after we did this trim, of course. So I'm gonna go prick it up and probably assemble it today. I think we're gonna focus on the door, get it all finished, and then move to the window. That's what Eugenia and I have decided. Alright guys, it's been a while without framing, but looks pretty straightforward. I think it goes like that. I didn't even look at the plan. I think we can figure this one out by ourselves. I'm gonna just start putting it together and probably screw it. Also I'm gonna clean it because it's been a while sitting there under the rain and it got a little bit dirty. I'm gonna start doing that. Mira esto, Maru.
Okay.
Mira, mira, mira.
Yo soy bastante.
The fuck is that, man? I am not 100% sure that it's gonna work out. This is the only part of the structure that I wasn't 100% confident that having it prefab was like a good idea, you know, because now I need to play with the hinge and make sure that I have enough room for the door swing to actually like open. That's why I wanted to wait until this moment to have the kit available, so we could do our math and have it ready for you guys, like with a possible mistake. But I don't know yet. It doesn't look too promising though. I'm gonna show you. This here is against the trim, and then on this side I think we have like 1 centimeter, a little bit more. It's exactly 1 centimeter. If I don't remember wrong, that's what we asked for when placing the order for the structure. So that's good. Now I'm gonna just bring the hinges and see if it works, because I mean, did the math based on the cabin, and 1 centimeter sounds like a good number for me, but I don't know. Let's see. Just started raining, so we need to move fast to bring everything inside or in the shed. Rain is always good. Hinges, let's see if they fit. I don't know, man, it looks like right now I'm not very confident that it's gonna work, to be honest. Alright guys, so here's the deal. This time I'm gonna show you what's going on instead of just solving it and making it look that we didn't have any issues. This hinge, as you can see, has this cylinder. It does not fit there. That's the gap that we will have on the other side. I don't think we might make it work. And then I was here with Eugenia talking, and it won't be that complicated to cut this, so we can push this stud to that side. But the biggest issue is we already have a cover for this. We need to try to make this work first without cutting, and if that's not an option, then with cutting as less as possible, you know, so we don't even need to cut the metal sheet, because it's finished and it's very nice. See you guys later. I'm going to surprise Eugenia today. I got her a one-of-a-kind wall decor for the wall of the cabin from School Bliss, and I hope she likes it. I have like 10 minutes to set it up before she comes back, so I'm gonna try to have it ready for her, so when she comes she can see it already assembled. School Bliss offer premium carved animal skulls as decor elements that you don't find pretty much anywhere else. And they, you know, very important for us, no animals are harmed during the process. The skulls that they use are actually byproducts of the local Balinese agricultural industries, and they turn these otherwise waste products into detailed artworks through a process that pay respect to the life of a beautiful animal. They started in Bali, and they still continue to work with Balinese artisans. So yeah, I'm gonna set it up and see if I have time to put it on the wall. If not, when she comes back, I will ask her where to put it, because I think we're gonna put it on the right side above the couch, and I think it's gonna look nice. Like that? I think it was a success.
I love it. I never thought that we will have
Something there.
good enough to hang inside the cabin. And the size is perfect, right?
They have bigger ones, but I think for the cabin that's the size, right?
Yes.
Which is gonna be like horn to horn. Alright, so we put it there or higher?
Perfect.
I think we are ready to install the door. Let's see if it works. I have made a thin piece of wood that I have installed behind the hinges, and it's just basically so the hinge can open fully without hitting the door trim, because if not, the hinge wouldn't sit flat. Out of a 9mm plywood, I carved down 5mm, so I have left 4, and that thin piece of plywood is going to be in between the hinge and the door trim. I think we might need to cut the door for like 2-3mm only, but this is the closest that we can get to the door opening without, you know, adding any extra layer and without cutting the door. So we have 2mm. I don't think it's going to work, but I mean, I'm not gonna cut the door without knowing 100% sure that I need to cut it. No. Well, we try, no? It looks good. Of course, it doesn't close. Eugenia, you're leaving?
I'm going to put an extra sweater.
Okay. It is just for, we need to cut 6mm. I don't know, I mean, we tried. It looks pretty good. It works well. It's a matter now of figuring out a way to cut this prefab panel. It's not gonna be easy, and it's a pity because, you know, this panel is perfectly square. It's done in a computer, you know. And now I will need to cut both bottom tracks, push this right stud, and then figure out a way that I can trim this diagonal so we can have it perfectly square. Attention span. Found the lock. Almost. Almost. Do you guys think will it work? Haven't tried then. Will it work?
No, the body is smaller.
It does fit, as you could see. It's a little bit lower than what we needed to. And so you need to push the door a little bit down. No big deal because I'm gonna fix it now. Total. Lo que has pasado son flores para el nuevo banco.
Uno de semillas.
Alright guys, we just received these two packages. They contain a tool that we are very excited about because it will mean that we can do so many things that still we couldn't do. I mean, we couldn't even design this type of structure and this type of furniture because we didn't have the tool to actually make it happen, you know? So I'm gonna open it now, show you guys. It's a welding machine. Very excited about it. We bought it from Adrian, our friend Adrian. You know his website from apmmaquinaria.com or apmmaquinaria.com or apmmaquinaria.com. He's a good friend of us and he has helped us in the past. I don't know if you remember, but he has the best prices, and if you are planning on buying a welding machine, he's your guy. Look at this. Look at this little tiny thing, man. I mean, looks like a purse, man. It's so small, so nice. Very excited about it because we're gonna start building some structures and furniture and things like that with the steel. And you know, screw connections are fine for structures, but then if you wanna leave it exposed or like a furniture, it makes no sense. We haven't ever used a welding machine, so it's gonna be a learning curve. With 120 amps, you can easily weld 4.5 millimeters tops. We're gonna be using these machines with our solar system. It makes no sense to buy a machine more powerful than our system. In this case, this is around 3,100 watts, like at the full 120 amps. We don't know exactly how it will perform connected to the inverter. It's an electronic mask that will protect your eyes when you start welding, and when you are not welding, then you can see. I have tried welding once. It wasn't any good. The main problem that I had is that the mask wasn't electronic, so I couldn't see anything, you know. I know when you get used to it, it's easy for you guys professionals out there. You guys excited? We accept bets on what we're gonna be building with this. morning, guys. It's been raining for like 3-4 days straight, so we haven't actually done much work here. Today it's raining a little bit, but I think we're gonna go inside and try to cover this door so we can have this waterproof, you know, because right now it's raining inside from the door and through the window. We also have been working inside the cabin, editing videos, and I've been working on another project that I have in California. So it's been good. It's been a good 3-4 days. But today I think we're gonna try to cover that door. We're gonna see what we bought. Alright guys, we finished the interior. I was double checking some dimensions. Now I need to remove this pencil mark here. So I'm gonna go find a rubber. But it's looking, I mean, it's looking so good. Look at these guys. Now we go for the exterior, but before that, I think we're gonna take a break. Wow, it looks so good. It feels so solid, man. Eugenia, what are you doing? Oh man, I lost you already?
No, baby.
She has like 2 minutes attention span for me. And once I miss her for a few seconds.
Pepe?
That wasn't me, that was the wind. Nothing happened, I think. Alright, I'm gonna leave the camera because it's very windy. And I don't like our brand new door hitting things. There is one missing here. Who did it?
Eh?
Who ate it?
Aspen.
Tea, homemade bread, strawberries with sugar and orange juice, right?
Orange juice.
Only orange juice? You're lying. Coffee for her, because if not, she doesn't follow me. Aspen passed out here. Lolita, you judge by yourself. Tripod. Eugenia waiting for me. Okay. To stop doing the silly here.
A pin.
Alright guys, it started raining, but I think we're gonna continue. But the camera is not waterproof. Alright guys, it's raining like crazy. I just put a plastic bag on the camera. Hopefully it's good enough. Today it's window day. But Eugenia is taking care of her plants. Eugenia, we need to finish the window.
I'm waiting for you.
Waiting for me or taking care of your plants? Are they growing? What is this?
This one. This is strawberry.
Strawberries, and then we have tomatoes, right?
Yes.
Tomatoes are going big. Window day. We're gonna start. Window day. We're gonna start trimming the whole window, and then we're gonna be custom making a window sill. Well, window sill pan. We're gonna be using a leftover profile that we had from the cabin, which we knew that we were going to use, so it's not leftover anymore.
Lolita?
Sí, aguanta ahí. So now we're wondering two questions. We're gonna be making the sill pan out of a 10 centimeter L angle. If we put the 10 centimeter from here, because Eugenia and I want the window flush to the inside, that means that the sill pan will end here, which is not ideal, you know? It will end somewhere here, which is not ideal because then the whole purpose of the sill pan is to get the water out. And ideally it will be like cantilevering a little bit out, so all the water that hits the sill pan goes out. I'm gonna show you guys something very interesting. This L angle has been sitting over there, something like this, you know, like in the middle of grass and like plants and water and everything, you know, and as you can see it's very dirty, and it's been sitting there since we built the cabin, a year and a half, and no rust whatsoever. Just showing you because sometimes I read comments and I don't want, you know, I don't want people thinking that this thing is gonna rust in like a year and a half, because it does not. This is the proof. If this is covered, there is no way water will get to it. This thing won't rust. Anyways, that's why I wanted to show you guys. Eugenia, getting ready for more plants. I have like a 10-minute period. If I don't pay attention to her like for 10 minutes, then this is what happens.
Baby. You told me that I had this free time to have the soil ready. Because you didn't need help for the silpan.
Alright guys, this is looking good. This is what you call a straight line done by hand. I will not recommend you to try this at home, but if you do, remember that it's possible. The camera just died while I was saying this. So if you are gonna attempt to do this, you get used to it, or I do, and what I always recommend to people when they ask me in person is, sounds silly, but I close one eye and then I make sure that I'm gonna go the other way around so I can show you. I close one eye and then I make sure that the disc is in line with the line that I drew, and then just go little by little, and then once the disc goes inside and it's been cutting for like a few seconds, it gets really hot and it's super easy to cut. It's like butter, and some people laugh when I say it, but if you close one eye, then and you are seeing in 2D, which is kind of crazy, but like if you try to close one eye and try to touch something that you're seeing, not here, because I cannot do it with my hand. Is if I do like this, you close one eye and try to touch this, there is no way. I mean, you can of course at the second time, but the first time is very complicated, and that's because you are seeing in 2D. You need both eyes in the right angle to see perfectly in 3D. So if you close one eye and look from above, you are just seeing in 2D, and it's very easy to follow the line. Pepe's tip here. The idea here is, this is the silpan. Right now it's just an L, and the idea is to somehow bend this over there, so if the water hits here and somewhere here it goes out, then this corner we will seal it. Ideally you can get these silpans done in a place that like bends aluminum and things like that. By the way, we don't have any shop close to us, so every time that we have to do this is either do it ourselves, or I don't know where can I go here in Portugal to get this done. I know in Los Angeles, but not here. Anyways, I will try to bend 1.9 here, and in order to do that I will do a cut 1.9 inside, draw a straight line, and in order to bend it I will flip it, cut like, I don't know, like very little, like half a millimeter. So the steel leaves a little bit of room for me to bend it. Hopefully it holds. In the cabin I was able to do it, so I think I'm gonna be able to do it here. It is very tight, but I tried before and kind of fits, so tighter the better, because less water is gonna go in. I put the membrane underneath and then a line of silicone over there just to have double protection. Now I'm gonna try to put it in. I'm gonna wait until... Uf, qué guapo esto. I'm gonna wait a little bit until the paint dries on the edge that I just cut before installing it. Now Jenny just told me that the lunch is ready, so I'm gonna see. I wish you guys could smell through the videos. We have salad from the garden, and then I've been cooking this morning chicken from one of the neighbors. We've been cooking for like 4 or 5 hours while we were working. Eugenia has made potatoes, and now it's refilling the soap, which we really don't like. This is soap dispenser from IKEA. Aspen, you wanna say hi, man? You want chicken? You want some chicken? Venga, sentado. Quieto, ¿eh? Eugenia, you're putting way too much there and too little here. More here, please.
See?
No? There we go, man. And then so. We're keeping this for the next project. This is not working out as we expected when we ordered this from Blocken. I requested it like this because I thought that this would be strong enough, but it is not. It's super wiggly, as you can see, and then it doesn't hold the rectangle shape because these screws, they actually work as rivets. They don't work like compressing the both layers of steel. They just stay there like a rivet, which is great for structures, but it's not so great for a window. I mean, being honest, these profiles are not designed to build windows with them, you know. This is something that we're doing because we are gonna save money, but I don't think anybody else out there is building windows out of this type of profiles. We need to figure out, because we were planning on putting glass, but glass won't cut it because, I mean, I don't want to have the glass doing the reinforcement of this movement, you know. So we're gonna be searching for plexiglass. Should we look at the plexiglass? Yeah?
Yes.
Guys, we have a very important question to ask you. Should we put this? Or not? Yes? Or not? I say no, Eugenia says yes. But for the outside, no way. That the circle is just 100% perfect. I wouldn't put it like look from afar a little bit more. I mean, it's so clean without it, isn't it? Do you like it with?
I like both. Okay.
Oh, it looks so clean, the circle, man.
Hmm.
We'd love to hear your thoughts about it. Let us know, because we really don't know. Like, we are fighting, Eugenia and I are fighting, and we need you guys to go in between.
Punching each other.
Or punching each other. No, we are arguing. Anyways,
discussing. We are discussing.
we're discussing. You got the point. I know the people get the point. We don't fight. We don't hit each other. We're discussing whether to put it or not. And I say no, and she says yes. There is only one though. If we have two, maybe we could do both, like both sides. I will say yes, but just one, I don't know, man. Maybe in the inside. That's what I propose. Middle ground, yes, but on the inside. Good morning, guys. It's the next day, and we were able to find a supplier for the plastic that we need for the window. We already made the purchase, and they're gonna be cutting it to size. So we're gonna go pick it up, and also we need to buy more material for the cabinet that we're gonna be building next. The cabinet and the electrical, pretty much complete the workshop. We're excited because yesterday, for a moment, I thought it was going to be very complicated to find the plastic for the window, but it was easy. It's where we're going now. New day, guys. Look at this sky. It is crazy. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. It's like orange. I think there is like a dust storm or something, and it reminds me to when we went to Canary Island for like 3 months in the van to surf. Were good times, and they have these kind of storms coming from Africa. They're called like Kalima, I think is they're called. And it was like this, even worse, for like 2 weeks straight. Good memories, man. Anyways, we're gonna offload everything that we bought and start with the window. Very exciting times, because once we finish the window, it means that we have finished completely the workshop on the outside. We can start working on the inside. All dust from the sky, man. It happened something similar like a couple of months ago, but it wasn't that bad. And then the whole roof is like dirty. Hopefully it rains and cleans the whole building off. Eugenia is already uploading. I have her with me today. Eugenia, you excited?
Sí.
Aspen is also ready. He thinks that we're going to travel. And every time that we open the door, this is where he is like, all right, are we going to the beach or what? Look at these colors, man. They are like fantastic. We are in the middle of the desert. Look at this. This is not like color corrected or anything. It's like, this is how we're seeing it.
Pa casa, no. Pa casa. Casa.
It was home for a while. He doesn't know which house. We also bought these 2 wooden sawhorses for Eugenia, or like a temporary thing to put all the plants, so I can get back my brand new sawhorses that she stole from me.
No, you said that I could use it.
So this is the plastic that we bought. It's methacrylate, and it has two faces. This upper face is treated for the UV rays, so it doesn't go yellowish with exposure of the sun. Can you imagine her working here? I mean, I can. You know, plants are growing. Did we get anything? Yes, we got one here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
That one already sprouted.
That's
What?
soy, no?
That's soy. I don't know what that is.
Like pak choy. I need to water. Ah, there are more sprouts in there.
There are more little plants here, and that has been only what, 3 days now, Jenny? 2-3 days, no? Many of you have been asking about why didn't we cover the inside, and I mean that's the whole reason why we're not covering the inside. This workshop is going to be a workshop and a greenhouse. In order to let light in, we cannot cover the walls, and we designed the structure to look good exposed from the inside. You know, there is a design behind it. If you want to build this workshop and you won't be using it for growing vegetables like we are, then by all means I will cover it. You can just put like cement boards or like drywall or anything. I mean, it's a structure of a house, so you can finish it like the cabin with OSB or plywood, you name it, you can do anything. But I really like the transparency of the exterior panels, and I really like seeing the structure in the inside. I mean, covering this will be like a crime. So if you are gonna cover it, if you buy the workshop and you're gonna cover it, please do not send me the picture. Like if you build the cabin and you don't make it black, please do not send me that picture. I mean, you can. I will appreciate the picture. Cabin cannot be white. White is for like an industrial building, you know? Like white metal, I mean. I don't know, like gray. Desaturated green wood. Designing, building and sharing this workshop with you has been an amazing adventure that we will never forget, and be forever grateful for all the love and support that we have received from you during all these months. To make you realize that a project like this could be built by yourself while being affordable, we wanted to take a moment to share all of our costs with you. We spent a total of $3,500 in material, around 3,255 euros. Divided in $630 in the concrete slab, $1,450 in the steel structure, which could have been less if we would have ordered it in standard length profiles, and $1,400 in all the exterior finishing. We still have plenty of work to do in the interior, and are very excited to show it to you all. We hope this helps and inspires the many of you that want to build something similar but don't know where to start.